world of weather, we've been kind of talking about the same kind of stuff all week long. A little bit of clouds, a little bit of sun, maybe a splash of rain here and there. Looks like over in Yakima we have some of that cloud coverage.
Yes.
Pretty cool shot, if you will. But as we work our way through the day today, are we going to see less of these clouds and more of that blue sky?
Yeah, lessening clouds throughout the day. This morning we are starting out with some of those dense clouds, even a few isolated showers here and there. I know showers have been reported in parts of Yakima County, Kittitas County, and up through Grant County too. Now again, as we do go throughout the day, as I just referenced, we will see lessening clouds this afternoon. Almost everybody will see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies this afternoon, but this morning we are going to have to contend with those clouds. Again, specifically in the western part of our viewing area for the Tri-Cities and out to Walla Walla and the Blue Mountain foothills, we are seeing mostly sunny skies already, and skies will stay mostly sunny through the day. It's 69 degrees right now in Yakima with a north-northwest wind at 9 miles per hour. Here's a look at your weather headlines today and going forward. We will also be confronted, everybody, I should say, will be confronted with blustery wind today and cooler highs than we did see yesterday. Temperatures are going to warm right back up to summer-like values Friday and Saturday. And then speaking of Saturday evening, will turn quite gusty once again.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in the Tri-Cities. A woman is behind bars accused of stealing almost $750,000 from a marijuana shop. According to court documents, she was employed at the Pacific Outpost Dispensary in Pasco and was responsible for making cash deposits. An internal audit revealed almost $600,000 was missing. The woman also is accused of taking nearly $200,000 through cash withdrawals using a company credit card. The police raided the woman's home and found multiple high-end purses and receipts from Wildhorse Casino. Court documents say she also sent money to family in Mexico, and officers say because of that connection, she's a flight risk. Her bail has been set at $25,000. A Yakima County man is facing charges connected to the theft of more than $22,000 in public funds from the city of Mabton. According to a fraud investigation by the state auditor's office, the incident occurred in June of last year when a deputy clerk reported being robbed outside City Hall while transporting utility payments. The man is the brother of the deputy clerk's boyfriend. He was arrested and pleaded not guilty to second-degree robbery and first-degree theft involving more than $5,000. His trial is scheduled for August 11th. The city recovered more than $9,000 in checks, but lost more than $13,000 in cash. The deputy clerk was fired in January after an internal review and extended administrative leave. A man who admitted to being involved in a 4th of July shooting in Ellensburg now knows his punishment. Omar Orgalas Villa pled guilty to second-degree assault, drive-by shooting, and unlawful possession of a firearm charges in Kittitas County Superior Court. He was sentenced to 22 years in prison. Villa was arrested the day after a gang-related incident at Junior's Ecno Mart on West University Way on July 4th of last year. Villa was said to be arguing with a man who was pumping gas, and as Villa was leaving, the other man grabbed a squeegee and started hitting Villa's car with it. Villa stopped his vehicle and fired 3 shots at the man. Police later found a bullet hole in a trash can by one of the gas pumps, and another was discovered near the Lighthouse Motel. A Kennewick Middle School goes into secure and teach mode when police found out a man who had made threats was in the area. Police say the man made threats to kill someone not associated with the school. It started with a FaceTime call where he showed a gun. Kennewick police searched the area around Highland Middle School and eventually found and arrested the man. He now faces several charges, including felony harassment and unlawful possession of a firearm. And around 2:30 yesterday morning, Kennewick police tried to pull over a car near First and Benton, but the driver took off. This picture was taken after that car crashed into a canal embankment, and 2 people in the car fled on foot. Those 2 have not yet been found. Kennewick police ask that you give them a call on their non-emergency line if you have any information about this case. Switching gears this morning, Sunnyside city leaders are letting city manager Mike Gonzalez know what kind of a job they think he's doing now that he's been with the community for 6 months. KMA's John Franklin tells us about the review and caught up with Gonzalez about what his plans are moving forward.
I'm excited about how things have gone. We've had a lot of really great wins. There's always room for improvement. I'm particularly proud of the outreach I've done, really the rebranding of the city.
After 6 months, the Sunnyside City Council's review of manager Mike Gonzalez has highlighted the areas where he excels and where they would like to see improvement. One of those areas is the knowledge of Sunnyside city policies. According to comments from the review, he is working on gaining an understanding of city policies, but enforcement is uneven.
I think the biggest thing that I need to get better at, no question, is really learning the policies of Sunnyside.
Gonzalez promised transparency when he first came to Sunnyside, and that has been mentioned by the council. The 6-month review reads, Council is concerned that managers' commitment to transparency has led to oversharing. This leads to concerns about confidentiality if caution is not exercised.
There's always a balancing act between oversharing and what we need the public to know at a certain time. So I think some of those things, as I become a more seasoned city manager, the right time to share things and when the right time is not to share things. So I think it's just really learning experiences.
Gonzalez is committed to doing his best to make Sunnyside a better place, and he is taking the good and the bad from the review to improve his leadership.
I really try to look at glass half full. And, if you're not striving to get better every day, you're regressing. So I look at it as really positive and, in terms of my performance. And I look at it as there's always room to grow.
KMA's John Franklin, thank you. And the council did recognize that Gonzalez needed to figure out issues with the 2024 budget while also needing to plan the 2025 budget as soon as he was hired. They also mentioned they believe Gonzalez has potential to excel as the city manager, and they look forward to seeing him improve. And donations gathered by a local jeweler are helping Benton County Sheriff's Office canines be safer on duty. Canines Riff and Sir Edward stopped by Touchstone Jewelers along with their handlers to say thanks for the 2 custom Kevlar vests. The money gathered during the jeweler's April fundraiser went to the Benton County Sheriff Foundation in support of the canine program. Central Washington University is lowering tuition fees for graduate programs in its College of Business. The Board of Trustees approved the reduction to make advanced degrees more affordable and attract more students, especially as the college prepares to launch a new MBA program in the fall of this year. Also starting in the fall, resident students will see the per credit cost drop by over $85 from nearly $570 to about $475. Unlike undergraduate rates, graduate tuition can be adjusted by the university under state law. And the Pasco School District is celebrating after finishing construction on their 25th student-built home. Students from Pasco High Schools worked hand in hand with local companies to build a 2,000 square foot home from the foundation up.
It's different because I think the kids are more, they have more of a buy-in. They're proud of what they're doing. They at the end of the day, if you look at a math assignment, you got a piece of paper there with some numbers scribbled on it.
The house is at 8413 Ashton Drive in Pasco, and tours are available. Several students who are graduating receive scholarships to continue their education through apprenticeships and more. Switching gears this morning, a construction project on State Route 240 starting today will likely impact the commute for Hanford workers. The $8 million project will add new merge lanes for 240, a noise wall along the Moon River RV Resort, updated traffic signals, lights, and pedestrian crossings. A detour around 240 taking Stevens Drive to Battelle Boulevard and then to Kingsgate Way before rejoining 240 will start at noon today. It will be in effect until Monday at 6 a.m. The CEO of Airporter Shuttle is hoping their service will soon expand to new destinations. A few months ago, the company extended their Grapevine service to provide transportation from Walla Walla to Yakima. While the service has been a little slower than expected, CEO Richard Johnson doesn't think it will stop them from providing transportation to get more people where they need to go.
We think we'll be able to provide those folks with transportation, not only just between Yakima and Pasco, but by connecting with our airporter, our idea is that we'll be able to provide transportation all the way to Seattle and then beyond.
The new Grapevine includes stops in Yakima, Zilla, Sunnyside, Prosser, and Benton City. And Washington state leaders are ramping up efforts to cut down harmful methane emissions. And as part of this effort, 2 landfills in Yakima County are getting over $1 million in state funding to help make that happen. KIMA's Denise Williams breaks down where this money is headed.
The Washington Department of Ecology is awarding $9.6 million to landfill projects across the state. Yakima, Shane, and Terrace Heights landfills are among the 13 sites selected.
Methane is a greenhouse gas that is incredibly potent. It's about 80 times more powerful than carbon dioxide over a 20-year period. So essentially, it's a really thick blanket that if we address it in the short term, we'll be able to make a much larger impact in the long term.
The Shane landfill is getting over $400,000 and Terrace Heights nearly $695,000 to help meet Washington's new methane law. The funding will support monitoring, gas collection, and control systems, along with design, planning, and compliance upgrades.
They had enough gas being produced and still had enough life left in the landfill to warrant having that system put in. Side note, landfills, again, going back to learning a lot about this, they are these living entities, essentially. We fill them up with trash, and, as organisms break down the organic waste, there's a increase of methane that's being produced.
Zacharin says the upgrades are costly, and without this grant funding, the price would likely be passed on to residents.
We see it across, many industries and that would happen. And so I think the harm that we would see is that communities would end up having to pay for this, which, across the state, we've got a lot of communities carrying a lot of burden already. And that's exactly what we're trying to reduce, is that additional burden on them. So hopefully this will prevent some of that.
State officials are hopeful this investment will protect both the environment and local pocketbooks. Reporting for Action News, I'm Anissa Williams.
KMA's Anissa Williams, thank you. A new business opening up in Pasco is offering free services to anyone now through Sunday. And they're also hosting a food drive. The Serve Through Express car wash opened for the first time yesterday at 4621 Convention Place. It's the first location in the Tri-Cities for the California-based company, and the folks from the car wash say they're all about giving back to the community.
We love giving back to our community. We are very community-based, very into our community, and we thought giving back and giving food would be a great opportunity to let people know who we are.
Now, you're encouraged to stop by for a free car wash and bring a non-perishable item of food to donate to Second Harvest Food Bank. There will be a grand opening for the car wash on June 10th. And sticking in Pasco, police are holding a community meeting for District 2 tonight. On the agenda, the state of the district, crime trends and stats, a Q&A with Lieutenant Decker, and a presentation about their drone program. The meeting starts at 6 this evening at the Grange Hall. That's located at 6300 West Court Street. And finally, Communities in Schools is hosting a first showing tonight of a film they created. The film, called Building Brighter Futures, shows the growth of the local chapter. They opened up in the area in 2021, helping one district, and now they have representatives helping 7 local districts.
And it's highlighting a lot of how much we've grown within Communities in Schools of Central Washington here in the Yakima County footprint.
The film's premiere is tonight at 6 at the Valley Mall in Union Gap. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. Jefferson, as we look at the weather for today, it seems like we're kind of getting into this pattern with a little bit of clouds, a little bit of sun, a little bit of clouds, a little bit of sun. Sure. The thing that's really seemingly most changing is the temperatures this week. Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday was very warm. We didn't quite break any records, but we were close to them across the area. Today is just going to be seasonally warm, above average across the board, but not by too much. We will see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies this afternoon. I do understand there are still a few showers out there this morning, and some pretty dense clouds through parts of Yakima and Kittitas counties. But again, partly cloudy to mostly sunny this afternoon for everyone. Wind is also going to be pretty blustery today for everyone too. Now, as we go into Friday and Saturday, we are going to see temperatures back to on par with what we did observe yesterday.